Hi guys, this is Steven Slack with Functioning Right. Today we'll be going over and continuing into the overhead position. So if you remember last time I did some joint stretches or those banded distractions in the overhead position. One was bent, one was straight. And then I went into a little bit of soft tissue or sliding tissues. And what I did is I dug into here, dug into the lat, and I really kind of loosened up those tissues. So at this point now, the body has released and started to increase range of motion. And I want to continue that process with a little bit more of a stretch, which is called the lying T-spine reach. And the whole point of this is now we're stretching the shoulder as a unit, not just the shoulder joint, but now the scapula back here, as well as they work together. If one is out of position, the shoulder joint is going to be out of position as well. So this is how you stretch this lying T-spine or thoracic spine rotation stretch. I'm laying here. I've got my head rested on this blue pad. I've got my knee on this pad, and that's just to make sure that I have proper amount of rotation with not too much. And then when I have my arms out like this at a 90 degrees, I'm going to reach up, breathe out. And I'm going to breathe in and breathe out again. And I'm going to try to get my other arm to the other side. Most likely for me, I don't have that rotation. And my knee starts to lift. So as long as the knee stays on the foam roller, you're good. If it starts to come off, you're stretching too far. After that, so we just stretched it after we did the joint, the release, the stretch. Now we're going to start to stabilize. So static stabilization or non-moving stabilization. I start real quick with an overhead hold. So I've got you here. What I want to make sure is that the arm is by the ear. We went over this when I said you need overhead position. Again, I'm not arched. I'm tucked in here. The other thing is my arm is by the ear. And the other thing I want you to focus on is my shoulder's not shrugged. It's away. So those three things, I'm just going to hold in that position. I can do walks or carries in that position. And I start out with a light enough weight, maybe even no weight, just to make sure I'm in a good position before I really start to load that up into an overhead press. Then the last step is dynamic stability or moving stability. And one of the ways I do this is a Turkish get-up. Now there's a lot of different steps to the Turkish get-up, so I'm just going to stick with the first part of it, or the quarter Turkish get-up. And what you do for this, laying on the ground, whatever arm is up, that knee is bent. You've got your other opposite arm, 45 degrees, opposite leg, 45 degrees. Pack your shoulder, push it into the ground, and then drive through this heel right here, and this elbow right here. Drive to the ceiling, and make sure you're still in a really good position in this top shoulder. And then come back down nice and slow. And you can repeat that over and over again, maybe 5 to 10 reps, and make sure your shoulder's getting dynamic stability, moving in multiple ranges of motion and staying in a good position. That's it for today. This is Functioning Right with Steven Slack, and I will be going over next time basically the front rack position for your shoulders. Have a good one.